Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name's Heather. I'm the Songbird Stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to share with you this beautiful little project. It's a gorgeous little gift box. I first saw this box when I was on stage in Germany, in Dortmund, in 2019. And as soon as it was given to me and I held it in my hand, I just knew I loved it and I wanted to recreate something similar. These are my dimensions, but it's just a fabulous little box, whatever size you make it. But this is the one I'm going to share with you today. So we're starting off with a piece of rich raspberry cardstock. No, Blackberry Bliss cardstock, I lied. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. One I don't pull out often enough, but it coordinates with this gorgeous paper from the new Oh So Ombre Sale-A-Bration set. Isn't that stunning as well? This is free with a purchase of £45 through my online store. You can visit my online store by heading to my website www.songbirdstamper.co.uk. So this is the paper I've chosen to work with today, but this would work beautifully with any kind of cardstock and papers that you had. So I just need to bring in my stamping trimmer here. This is a wonderful little piece of kit, and you can cut and score on the same piece of equipment. That's one of the biggest things I love about this trimmer. It's got an extending cutting arm that comes out to 17 inches, so loads and loads of workspace to work with. You've got a guide here at 6 inches, so if you wanted to cut something down to 6 inches, just place it in, butt it up against the arm here, trim, and you know you've got your 6 inches. So this is the cutting blade, this is the scoring blade, and beautiful score actually. You don't need two kind of different, I know when we work with scoring normally you have two different tools, one thicker, one thinner. This scores paper just as well as it scores card. You've got a replaceable guide here, so if you're in, this is in inches, but if you work in metric, you can buy a metric one to go down the side, and you've got this little hanger position here where you can hang it up on a pegboard. £23 for the trimmer, and it's a brilliant piece of kit. So I'm going to bring in my piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. I'm just going to cut it down to 10 centimetres by 21 centimetres. So just extend the arm open and then cut that there. Now what we need to do is to score it in half, first of all at 10.5 centimetres on the long side, and then line it up. So this is 10 centimetres, so line it up at 5 centimetres at the top, and just make a little mark just there at the bottom and just there at the top. If you don't feel comfortable doing that with your scoring blade, you can grab a pencil and just make a little mark top and bottom with your pencil as well. So we're going to use those marks now. You can just see them. I've made a tiny little mark there and a slightly bigger mark down the bottom. And we're just going to line up, we're just going to line up this mark here. That's this score line at halfway with the score line at halfway at the top there. I'm hoping you can see those. Into this cutting groove, there's a little groove down the side of your trimmer, and then we're going to score. Make sure your cutting guide is out of the way, cutting blade is out of the way, and then spin it round, line it up, and we're going to do that on all four corners. So we've got all four corners scored. Okay. So that's our scoring done. We're going to leave that for a second. You can see all those score lines, beautiful score lines, really, really easy to fold and then crease. Take your designer series paper. Like I said, I've got the two sheets, two coordinating pieces, and I'm going to cut these down to 10 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. And then at the 10 centimetre mark, no, at the 9.5 centimetre mark, so 9.5 across this way, 10 across this way, we're just going to fold it and make a little crease mark. Okay, and then we'll grab our other piece of paper and we'll do the same. 9.5 by 10. Figure out which one was the 9.5. Make a small crease mark, and then we're going to use that crease mark and this bottom point here and line them up just as we did before. This time though we're going to cut Alright, so we've got little triangles being created, 3 triangles, 2 the same size, 1 slightly bigger out of each piece of card. Now what you can do if you don't want to run the risk of rucking either of your points, start with your blade in the middle, up and down, or down and up. Again, piece of paper here, and cut. Line the points up, top and bottom. Okay, so that's all our cutting and scoring done. Pop the trimmer to one side. And then what we're left with is 3 triangles for each different piece of patterned paper. So that one fits beautifully in there. These ones though you probably will need to trim a little bit. Okay, I experimented doing this and I actually shot a video using a slightly smaller piece of paper, but the centre one doesn't line up very well. Alright, so this is the best way I've found of doing it, and you just know you're going to need to trim off about half a centimetre. Possibly not even that much, but around half a centimetre. Let's try that off each of your small triangles, and then they will fit perfectly inside there. Okay, but say it didn't work very well when I tried to make the whole card smaller. So all I'm doing, lining that up there at the half centimetre mark, and I'm just trimming that excess off. And we can do this one at the top, half centimetre. Off each of those, just to give us the perfect fit. So I've stuck these down using my Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. Love this glue, absolutely brilliant. And that green, you could do a really fab project. I've seen some brilliant things done with those. So Sale-A-Bration is on now, running through to the 28th of February. There's some brilliant products available for free. So it's a £45 spend, qualifies you for one of the £45 spend products. Or you can go the whole hog, spend £90, and there's some brilliant products. One of my favourite stamp sets is the A Touch of Ink stamp set, and that's available for free with a £90 purchase. So I'm just lining these up, and I'm going to place opposite patterns with opposite patterns. What do I mean? So I've got the dotty pattern here, so I'm going to place a plain one here. Yep. So this is this paper is available free with a £45 purchase. I'll tell you what, I didn't love it at first. I didn't love it. I didn't get it, and it wasn't until recently I've been reeling through it. I've hardly got any left. So one there, and then one on the other side. Oh, pop a little bit of glue. You can take more time over this and glue really neatly. I'm just trying to get this done so that the video doesn't take forever. It is only supposed to be a short tutorial video, not one of my Facebook Lives, which can go on for over an hour. To decorate this, and I'm not going to do that with you today, but I will show you the stamp set. I've used a new suite from the Fine Art, or the Art Gallery suite. Can't remember what it's called, that's terrible. It's available in the new January to June mini catalogue. The stamp set is called Art Gallery, and it comes with the most gorgeous dies as well, just to decorate this box with. But you could use any stamps, any punches, any dies that you wanted to. So that's all of our paper on. Okay. We're now going to fold and burnish those. Again, you would leave yours to dry just that little bit longer, but I'm going to go for it. Just fold and burnish all those score lines. And the one in the middle. And you can see now where we've got this light versus the patterned down the side there. So I've got my hole punch. And what I'm going to do is just fold out 2 of those edges, keep one closed, and then line this up as much in the middle as I can get and punch. Now, because you've done both sides together, your holes will always line up. If you tried to do the middle of that one and the middle of that one, you would, I almost guarantee that they won't line up. So you can just close the other side, open those ones out. Got a bit of a frog in my throat this morning. And that is our box there. So I've got this fine art floral ribbon. I'm just going to trim the end off because it has frayed. It's a really beautiful ribbon with loads and loads of gold flecks running through it. Isn't it stunning? But it does have a bit of a tendency to fray at the ends. Great for if you want a frayed project, but if you don't, then you just need to keep trimming the end off. So I'm going to start on one side, close both ends together, push that through. Oops, butterfingers. Push that through. And then I know I've got this patterned on the outside, so I need to come through this one first because that's going to be the inside. And you can switch those around if you wanted to, if you preferred the plain. And close that and then come through this outside one. And you love the lovely thing about YouTube videos, you can stop and rewind. And did you know you can put them on slow-mo? I didn't know that until recently. So there's my two ends. All I would do is tie that in a knot, and there I've got the closure for my box. So I decorated it using this stamp set, the Art Gallery stamp set. And I've just stamped two of these, one in Blackberry Bliss, stamped off, and one in Basic Grey, full strength. And then I used this cute little stamp, which actually overlays over all of these. I was like, how does this work? So it's a two-step stamp. This one overlays onto this one, and this one overlays onto all three of these to give you this effect. Can you see here? Just darker, darker, and darker. I then cut out the flowers, place them on top of the Basic Grey one. So I had the foliage in Basic Grey and the flowers in Blackberry Bliss, a little bit of the ribbon, some scrap of DSP, because you're left with quite a lot, which you can use for cards. I've actually made a card to go with this. See if I can quickly find it. And then a little sentiment over the top there. So that's the Fine Art, or the Art Gallery stamp set. And this is my coordinating card using a strip of the leftover design series paper underneath here with some acetate over the top of it and a little card to match. That's all for now, so thank you so much for joining me. Like I say, my website is www.thesongbirdStamper.co.uk. If you like this video, why not hit subscribe and you'll be notified of any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a lovely day, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.